TV, credible news and true Christian teachings. Yo, Jamaica Concron, Yadenche flows, Tum for the Manquana and more Bibia, Christ assumed ye and Camunina.
And counts.
On say, walk with me, Lord. Yet the enchurch pa, a free concruinumu, and the Catholic are sorry concron are backwasam and I bro, so I find your drusui for the cat cases. And he said to me, what I said, and then church, on I'm the son concron to me so. Now, what is on the young send them dear so on my entiasia, amen.
Amen.
I'm the Father Emmanuel Effah Adjei. My name, Reverend Sister
Michelle Joy-Atamu OSS.
I did my day, bro, baby, will be a. Then we say, Yabosu. Show young Quanums say, Abonasu. Yamonaswa, Catan say, near a subo, a who here, send Jesus, a car, yeno, near Bedomasuko, send a subo at a sassin. Yet the Unu so manasa in Supetoso. Na die na eye asubo die na enye asubo okay se bo asu ye a emfaso na abenya ye mo wasu nsu a eno nso die na o hwere na bo asu emfaso be na abenya afiri so na wi a ya san de nkomode bi asan atato e de amount baptism as a sacrament. Sister, I hope you are doing well.
Yes, Father.
Okay, so we start baptism as a sacrament. If you baptism no say e kan a sorry no Adonian son and no quite kind a subo a dense a frapos Adonia concron boneka I reform Westra as of a share any our concron 7 sacraments. And baptism happens to be the first sacrament, and they call it the door to the sacrament.
Yes.
Why do you call it as the door to a sacrament? I don't know a puna womb.
Because it is the door, because the other sacraments pass through it. You start with baptism, because you cannot go and do marriage without baptism.
That is true.
So that is the entrance. And like sacrament of initiation, you are initiated into the Christendom before obtaining or receiving other sacraments.
Wow, that's so beautiful an illustration.
Yes.
Sacrament of initiation. Said the sister Akano no na say ye de wura ekuo bi mu ye initiate wo ka edom bi ho wo ka ekuo bi ho enti asubo eya ade a ehia wakwa asori ebi about 20 years ni and 7 years and 40 years ni nyamo wasu. It's a sacrament of initiation. Okwa asori bi de nenso ye nyamfa onwura mu as a school for na say homos night e be initiate mu ye nya obi a na say school no nka ho e ye obi as a fe ya do mu asuko ekuo bebre sa sabio omoko afia simple prisons answer na ebekọ no omu initiation rituals and as initiation rites I do omoko say be you witiri ho ana say e mo atade a hye ne sanoma nyina e kan ho bi sa na asore nso ana nyamesom enso atie sacrament of initiation and then the baptism no ye adonia e hohoro ye ho bone eme be ye nyankopon emma Catholic asore maprekope so what a subo aya adonia e hohoro ye ho obremu bone ene awosan bone emma ebeye nyankopon emma Catholic asore maprekope ne nyame nu adom chese subo no ebeboa wo na ye mo asu a na se sa enhira we na se unya na sa o na so dia kan de nyame na onim enti se asubo no horo ye ho obram bone na wosan bone a edu be chire mo obram bone na wosan bone ne no enso ene de na be romani papa nso a eno so emfaso be na ubenya afiri so na ye hwɛ now how is baptism performed ekwan be na faso bo asu ekwan mienu se ye be hwe enso na gu so ana se edu be no enso nim ni bo ma se hwe enso no gu so a enye asubo na de asubo die na ma ne asubo de kan eye ensuo the tosom yenu eye ensema asofo ne ka wo ye kana law mu ene aso ne chemeka say the form and matter. What is the form? The form is the Trinitarian formula. Form and I say na bosu ene den sasofo ne ka say me bo wasu wo Athanasius wo Matthew wo Nyameche wo Nyamiani wo hwan me bo wasu wo nyame agya no ne oba no ene sonson konkon dim. That is the form. Enti se sofo no ka sa ensem we dia ne se subo na obo wo ade a sama ne dim mienu ana de twato e wo mu no eye ensuo. Enti ensuo no se ye de wo no ensuo nim, that is baptism by immersion. Ana se ye de ensuo no egu so ene by pouring. Enti se ye de wo no ensuo nim ana se ye de egu so no eno nimienu e wo ho na se no no ejina faako ena osofo no ensema a wo ka no eno nso ejina faako foforo na se nimienu ka boma ena ma no ye esubo hwan na timi bo esu sofo eduru mi edin so a nipa obi atimi ebo esu de ye beko ho no enso na so ye hwesa enioma we a se nsuo no wo ho na se sofo no ka sa ansam de a ene wanya esubo. Se Jesus kan ye wo Matthew nguma no etire aduonu nwotwe yi mu dunkuno Matthew 28 verse 19 mon ko wi asafo na nyina da ba tinsempa na di no mo na su enso nyame agya no ene oba no ene sonson konkon di mu enti Matthew 28 verse 19 aka de a ene yanso ye di so na ampa na ye Roman fo mapa ye Christofo emapa na nyame agye afiri obrebo bone ene awosan bone enso emu. Enti say ye boy su wi a emfaso a ye nya ewo so. Sister Adjei be the effects of baptism. Now after receiving baptism, whether the water was poured on me or I was immersed into the water, that is all baptism. Jesus didn't say that go and be immersed into the water. So don't start with I was not immersed or the water was poured on me. What the substance is water, and the formula is the Trinitarian formula. Now, yabo esu here. And for so many free so and our Quenya Bay and Albania, so that will take us through that. Okay,
the effects, the main effects, two main effects of baptism on us is first and foremost purification from sin. Yes, original sin, personal sin, and the consequences, the punishment. That is cleansing, total cleansing from sins we inherited and sins we have committed once we undergo baptism. That is one of the effects. So, and the second one is new birth in the Holy Spirit. That is, we begin then to share in the divine nature of Christ after baptism. So, of course, with baptism too, we know is an outward sign of inward grace. So there is fullness of grace now, like Mother Mary's own. So with baptism now, we have been gifted with grace from God.
Okay. So na boni na ye na ho aso twen no so nyame asan ye afiri ho na se mo asu akopa su bobo kwa so ne mo asu na se ye bo asu ya e ho aso twen nyina no afiri ho nom e san ma wo nya nyame anim adom sen se e ka adom ne no ntiri nya adom bebre da se so se asu ba hu hia pa esa ye nto aso a
so it is very, very important for us. Baptism, as we know, it symbolizes burial, sharing in the death of Christ, and the regeneration, that is renewal, rebirth. It's just like being born again, but not going into the mother's womb. So it's a regeneration, the birth of water and spirit. So we die by that, not necessarily the immersion or the plunging into the water, even by the sprinkling, if it is sprinkled. That is death to sin, and we are now reborn in Christ.
Okay, now say John chapter 3. Nicodemus say men come mami yem biem ne nsan me ana say there bi awofoforo ana say rebirth and I can be born again na say no ye wofoforo na subo eso na say abaye nipa foforo kra e wo nyame emu. Good. Na say mfaso enya e free baptism no. Now is that all the effects of baptism?
Of course not. The list is endless, but for the purpose and the sake of time,
of course.
So we'll just limit ourselves to these ones mentioned, at least primarily purification of sin and the new birth in Christ and being filled with grace.
Wonderful.
So as we all know, also we have infant baptism, adult baptism, but we also have baptism by blood, which Father I would like you to throw more light on, or desire for baptism.
Okay, now sister can mo fresubo ene mpanyimfo ade. Ada na ebo mo fresu, ada na ye mo munyini ansa. Na so hunu say abofrawu panyini ansu, na say subo e ohoro ye ho obremu bone ene awosan bone de a. Ene hunu say abofra no owo awosan bone. Romans chapter 3. I say, for all have sinned and fallen short of the kingdom of God. Then you know, bonnet, Yamian Munyama boy. Sacrano, so any party, and also a boninibi. And no tea and oyama frampo, or here a subo and Manga say, oh, you know, area where you need a room penny feel so. And
the one for the infant is very, very important.
Very important.
Because anything can happen. Of course, we are not praying for maybe death or something, but it is good.
So we hear say about the suit and crab room. And I say no dear no no. Ain't yeah share and no at the end baptism of blood anybody desire no and so one now will go at the so no catechism no. So free ma yeah more than so physically there and so and I'm saying that all pray into no when ya one no mo so pressure e be with catechism but now person onya sa akwanya no ono so by desire ono so wanya one ye kun wo mu abra mo so pe catechism and as baptism no no so na ye ka ho asem no nti bo ya mo na so enso so wanya ne nyina na say subo ho asem na ene so sister, just run it up for us. Baptism, the sacrament of baptism, the sacrament of rebirth, the sacrament of initiation,
sacrament of regeneration, new birth in Christ. So and it is the door, as Father said, to other sacraments, because you have to come in through it. It's the first of the 7 sacraments. So thank you.
Okay, next Adonian son, the kind of diabrono, a subo, a who here, a real brown bonnet, or somebody may not put my precope, Calica sorry, and ma, and say, well, we are fed, or the council, no, Adonia canina, which me a yebi, a moon shed Madunia, and said, Uncle or the Bema. Yadibesi, and I mother send that Yabasa twice a view near the Adoniano, a Mudiaka, and so a sambro. My grandfather, Emmanuel Effah Adjei, my reverend sister,
Michelle Joy-Atamu OSS.
And I did you, dear bro. Yeah, that hope I see na KFM or those what I say, na the news no aba, yeah, birthday and acknowledgement so your best sign at the abro. Yeah, crab. Your order for Christ assume be encounter. CAK TV, a Catholic Archdiocese of Kumasi TV, and a free. I said that be I the mass bebro and a periani and numre, na in church and so asa account. They hear and say, call YouTube, nebo CAK TV GH. Nemia subscribe on eso. We are no mere adomane sukudon. Yes, Shabasi as I won Sabeka. Now on so share ama fufro. Nina sorry. Sada Facebook was CAK TV. All like we are. None on so share. A fufro and so and Sabeka. Near the mass eba. Eden church eba. Yes, see Rosary. Yeah, adoration. One sa ebeka nina and so. Then one bomb asum yame. Our CAK TV. Eso. Medin grandfather Emmanuel Effah Adjei, Communications Director for Kumasi Catholic Archdiocese. CAK TV. Credible news and true Christian teachings.
Mater misericordiae, Ducis pares clementiae, Mater misericordiae, Ducis pares clementiae,